Really proud of our guys' defensive effort today. Old Dominion's one of the best defensive teams in the country, and I told our guys before the game that we had to match their level of defensive excellence, and I thought we did that today. Got great contributions across the board. Kirill was phenomenal, and I thought really everyone that went in the game played well. We had some adversity at times, whether it was a missed layup or shots not going down early in the game, but our guys continue to fight. And I think that is a testament to two things. Number one, their growing level of toughness and mental toughness. And then number two, our fans. Just thought the environment was phenomenal. And for everyone to brave the weather and come out the way they did today, I think it says a lot about the VCU faithful, and it really, really helps us win.
Questions for Coach Smart?
Can you address why Larry didn't start?
It was a decision I made going into the game, and I'll leave it at that. It's something that we decided going into the game, and we're moving forward from there.
Was it a disciplinary issue?
Like I said, it was a decision I made going into the game. That's really all I have to say about it.
It looked like your pressure defensively was more effective in the second half. I think they had 6 turnovers, 10 in the second. And not only just turnovers, but quick shots maybe. What did you do to kind of crank that up, the pressure?
Well, we have a few different presses that we use, and we started in one that was very ineffective. Old Dominion did a phenomenal job passing out of it and then attacking the rim. And the back of the press is most effective when Larry's back there. Well, he didn't start the game, so they got some layups, they got some easy shots, and that's one of the ways that they were able to get out to an early lead. We changed to another press. It was more effective and it was less risky, and that we stayed in that press for most of the game. I thought they did a good job really against our pressure all day, but it was a cumulative effect, and I think in the second half that helped us.
Shaka, you want to talk about rebounding a little bit there? Probably the best rebounding team in the league statistically.
Definitely.
How are you guys able to rebound?
Yeah, they're a top 10 team nationally in terms of their rebounding numbers, and that's an area that early in the year was, I think, a weakness for us, and we've made it a point of emphasis for about the last month and a half, and our rebounding numbers have really gone up. We're actually second in the league now, a distant second behind Old Dominion, but we talked about before the game the fact that if we could match them on the offensive and defensive backboards, it would give us a phenomenal chance to win. And us winning the rebounding war by 2, I think that's a big statement by our guys.
Is that just about effort?
Yeah, effort, toughness. It was a physical game. We talk all the time about what we call gang rebounding, which means if there's 5 of us on the floor, there needs to be 5 of us involved in the rebound. And, I might not be able to get it, but if I can keep my man from getting it and I can count on you to get it, then that's just as good. And I thought our guys did as good a job with gang rebounding as they've done all year.
Coach, you guys did a good job of denying Gerald Lee the ball down the post, I guess, really in the second half. What specifically did you work on there?
We worked on post defense for 10, 15 minutes, the 2 days leading up to this game, but it was just a matter of want to on the part of our guys. And it was mostly Larry. He asked before the game to guard Gerald Lee, and so whenever the 2 of them were in together, he defended Lee and did a phenomenal job. We talk about in post defense, we use the saying, the lowest man wins. And what that means is you got to get down in the stance and be lower than your opponent, and Larry did a great job of that. I thought our guys did a very good job on the backside, giving help to take away lobs. It only really hurt us one time. They skipped it across to James, and he made a 3. But other than that, I thought that was effective.
Given how big and physical they are, did you feel like this was a game that Sean could be effective, and whether he started or not, his skill set was going to?
Exactly. I really did. I thought I felt very good going into the game about what Kirill would be able to do And I didn't know he would get 14 points and go 4 for 4 from the line. And, he seemingly made every big shot that he took. But I knew, Kirill's played big minutes in these types of games before. And, with the physicality of ODU, Kirill's our biggest, strongest guy in terms of girth. And I thought that would be a good matchup for us. And he didn't disappoint. He was phenomenal. Just really proud of him because he's had times this year where he's barely gotten off the bench, and he's maintained a good attitude, maintained a level of appreciation for being a member of this team and everything that represents. And I really think that's allowed him to come back and have a game like this.
After the technical foul in the first half, you guys, they were going to roll in before that, and you guys going like a 9 or 11 overrun after that. It might have just been meaningless coincidence, but talk about the change in momentum.
Well, it was all about getting stops. We failed to get stops at the beginning of the game, and it wasn't so much our half-court defense. It was two things. They scored out of our press, and then they got second shot opportunities. And ODU's very, very good for making you pay when they get an offensive rebound. But as the half wore on, our guys, I think, did a better job of getting stops and not giving anything up out of the press, and then sitting down and just really defending them. And I didn't think either team shot particularly well, really the whole game, but particularly in the first half. But I think both teams' defense probably had a lot to do with that.
Coach, talk about this win today. How much of a great momentum is it for the team? Because you have a great big test on Tuesday going up north against George Mason.
No question. This is huge for us going into that game because I think, number one, Old Dominion was tied for first place. And anytime you can play a first-place team and beat them, it's significant for your team because they're at where you're trying to go. I don't know what happened with Northeastern.
They won today.
They won?
They won and Mason lost.
Okay, so Northeastern's all alone in first place, but Mason's right behind them. So it's a similar challenge on Tuesday, the difference being the game's up there. And we had this conversation before after the William & Mary game that we won here, and we were going up to Northeastern to play against the first-place team, and we came up short. So we're really going to have to step up and play with a level of toughness mentally and physically and discipline to go up there and win because they're a very good team.
Coach, where would you rate this defensive performance as far as the season goes?
I'd say this game and William & Mary is the best that we've defended for 40 minutes. I think Richmond was very, very good the way we defended in that game, but I think, for a 40-minute effort, this was phenomenal. I told the guys in the locker room, I believe it was 33-31 at halftime, I said they can't get 30 in the second half. And they got 25. One of them was that late. 3 of them was that late 3. So I think our guys more than did their job, and that's what allowed us to win.
Coach, it's your first time coaching against ODU. Did you get a good sense of what this rivalry means to the players and the VCU fans?
Yeah, I think it's the game and the rivalry is everything that it's been built up to be ever since I got here. When I run into fans and when I run into people in Richmond, they say, I don't care what you do, you better beat Old Dominion in Richmond. And of course, as a coach, you prepare and treat every game very, very similar, but the reality is this game, there is another level of energy and another level of excitement on everybody's part, but particularly the players. And I thought our guys did a nice job of transferring that excitement and that energy to playing with discipline and playing the way that we wanted to play.